Hello everyone, my name is Naula Khan and this is going to be my first video on Mext Scholarship University track. Earlier I was making videos on embassy track and now I am starting university track guide. So one by one we will make video of each spec. I hope you will like my videos. This is my channel Softic Mentor. You can just simply write on YouTube Softic Mentor and just visit the playlist. There you will find multiple videos on Mext Scholarship. So let's start university track. So first of all, I wanted to clear one thing that Mext Scholarship has two types. The first one is embassy track and the second one is university track. In embassy track, every embassy of some countries which are nominated announce Mext Scholarship. So they directly, the citizen of that country directly apply to that embassy, and if they get selected, they get Mext Scholarship. But in the university track, it is very different. That's why I'm making video to make it easy for you. So in the university track, what actually happened that every candidate from any country can apply, and they have different quotas, and you can just apply to any country, any university, and then you can get an admission on Mext Scholarship. So today we are going to discuss university track Mext University Recommendation Scholarship that is actually for MS and PhD. Unfortunately, they don't announce for bachelors, but this is for master and PhD scholarship. So any candidate who is interested in master and PhD can apply. So in order to make it more specific that how actually the process is, let me tell you in a few steps. That Mext University Recommendation Scholarship is also further categorized into two types. The first one is that you can directly apply to the university without taking professor recommendation, or might be the university asks you to take professor recommendation. Let me give an example to you. In this scenario, the university will ask or will open a portal for you, and you have to just log in there. You have to upload all of your documents there, and after uploading all of your document, you just submit it. This is a 1A part. Moreover, they might ask you, you can search the faculty list and then you can email them, and with their consensus you would just put on your application on their login portal and then submit it, so that their proposal is according to the professor recommendation. So this is actually university recommendation scholarship, in which you directly apply to the university without taking professor recommendation, or you just apply to the portal with professor recommendation. And the second method is quite very different, and it is the part of the Mext University Recommendation Scholarship. So what is actually it is actually that you just simply email your professor, and email. I already made a very concise and comprehensive video on that. You can just check on in a description. You will find an email how you have to write an email to the Japanese professor actually. So you just write an email to the professor in which you attach your CV and academic transcript. CV is your curriculum vitae, or either you can attach your resume. So you just merge this file and just email the professor in a very respected way. And after your email, if the professor like your email, then he just carry on the process. And the process is quite bigger, that he will ask you to send me his proposal. So one by one, he will prepare your document by asking you, send me this. And later on, after the acceptance in the lab, if he interviews you and he select you, then we will make an detailed video on how you have to attempt an interview. So he will take an interview by asking the faculty member of his lab. So it will be a detailed interview in which you will present your research proposal. You will make a presentation. You will present it for 15 minutes actually, and then later they will ask you many questions. So if you pass the lab interview and the research proposal, then they will accept you in the lab. But this does not mean that you get the Mext scholarship. So that what happened actually after this, the lab, all the applicants send their document, and later on all the lab just judge the document which profile is more better. So after evaluating this, they nominate few candidates, and that nomination is actually based upon the quota of the university. So this is how it actually works. I hope you understand both of the methods. So different universities has different methods. So we cannot say that the Tokyo University has this method, not this. So you have to check which university has which method. I will make a detailed video in each university, that which university has actually what process and what you have to follow. So there are some example of some universities which are offering Mext University recommended scholarship, like Osaka University, Kyushu University, Nagoya University, Toyohashi University of Technology, and there are many. I just listed few. So what are the important documents we might need when we are just carrying on that process? So first of all, it's actually your curriculum vitae or resume and academic transcript that you are going to email your professor. So this is what very important documents that might create an interest in your supervisor, that he should supervise you. So how you catch the interest of your professor? I already made a video on email. Just it is in the description. Later on, he will ask you research proposal. So you just read the profile of the professor and made a very comprehensive and very good research proposal. I would say complete research proposal. Then he will interview you, and then what actually matters in this whole Max scholarship, it is actually your experience in field. Online courses can help you, or publications you have, and the CGPA plays a very vital role in that. So what not to do in this? Never ever ask a Japanese university professor for acceptance letter, because this is not a criteria that is actually the Chinese government scholarship do. In Chinese government scholarship, you just email the professor and take an acceptance, and then apply to the login portal and just submit the submit acceptance letter as a supporting document. But there, the scenario is quite different. You don't need any letter from your professor stating that you are accepted in your lab. This is not requirement. Just email your professor, or I would say before, you just email the admission office of your university in which you are interested, and ask him or her that what actually the process of that university is. Do not email more than one or two professor per lab, because in lab there are three to might be 2 to 3 professor and some assistant professor and some associate professor. So they just talk about that this applicant also apply, this applicant apply. So if you email all, that will not create a good impression. Then what to do? There is a very good solution for it. You just email one professor and schedule email for other, or just wait for one professor to reply. If you don't, then go for the other professor. So don't email all the professor in one lab. Do not send a reminder to professor after 1 or 2 days. I have seen many applicants who just put an email again and again. This will annoy your professor. So I will recommend you at least take a week or 5 working days. Wait for your professor to reply. If you don't, then put a reminder on. Never tell them you are poor, you cannot afford study. That will not, these tactics actually not help in getting this scholarship. This scholarship actually based upon your CGPA, based upon your profile, based upon your experience. So if you have any question and answer, just put it in your comment box and I will address. I hope you might like my video. I will make plenty of more them. Just follow and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.